Hello everyone and welcome to John 422 WWE Money in the Bank 2013 pay-per-view predictions. Haven't done a video for a while, so I thought I'd come back with one of the most exciting pay-per-views of the year, WWE Money in the Bank. So as you've just seen, first match on the card here we want to have a look at is AJ Lee versus Caitlyn for the WWE Divas Championship. Now I quite enjoyed AJ Lee and Caitlyn. I think they've had some interesting things going on, and it's been a feud that I've actually had an interest in, which hasn't been something that I think we said a lot about the Divas division in WWE in a little while. At least it's given us something to invest ourselves in when we watch it. I think that I really enjoyed the AJ Lee and Caitlyn's interaction, them being each other and dressing up for each other, and those shenanigans going on. I think that was really good, and I really found that entertaining and fun. But I really feel that this will be where the match ends on Sunday. I feel that the feud, it will end here on Sunday with AJ Lee retaining her WWE Divas Championship, moving on to face a new challenger and moving into a new storyline. I've enjoyed the AJ and Caitlyn feud and dynamic, but I think it's run its course now. I think it's time to move on to the next stage and find the next challenger for AJ Lee for her WWE Divas Championship. And our next match on WWE Money in the Bank 2013 is the Usos, the challengers for the WWE Tag Team Championships, taking on the WWE Tag Team Champions, The Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Now, I've got to say, I'm a big fan of both these teams. Big fan of the Usos and also of The Shield. I think Shield have been built fantastically since they debuted. I don't think you could have had a better build for that group in a long time. They've been through the whole WWE roster. Randy Orton, Sheamus, John Cena, The Rock, The Undertaker, Kane, Daniel Bryan. They've been through everybody. They've literally been through everybody on the roster and, had an amazing and incredible build. People see this match as a step down for the Shield. I don't see it that way. I feel the Usos could have had a bit more build coming into this. Just so the fans could connect with them a bit more. Give a bit more background on the Usos. I know they do when they do the war dance when they come down to the ring, but give them that bit more emphasis and that bit more that more feel to them. Because I think actually the Usos are a great, fantastic team. They're the sons of Rikishi. They're Samoan. They know how to wrestle. And we know from history. They know how to get it done. So I think you're going to see a fantastic match between two very young, dynamic teams. Two teams that are going to, I feel, mesh extremely well in the ring, and we're going to see a fantastic tag team match. It's a shame that this is on some kind of, I believe it's on some kind of free view in America. It's like the free part of the pay-per-view. You can watch it. It's not on a pre-show. It's on the pay-per-view, but it's kind of, you can see it for free. I'm not quite sure how that's all working. But it's a shame that it's on there because actually I think this is the match that actually I think could be an actual show stealer. And that's funny to say on a Money in the Bank pay-per-view, but I think these two teams will have a great match. However, I still feel that retaining their titles, so it's a second prediction I'm going to make here where the champions retain, but still your WWE Tag Team Champions after Money in the Bank, The Shield. So our next match here is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, and it pits the challenger, The Miz, against the champion and the Paul Heyman guy, along with Paul Heyman, Curtis Axel. Now, this match, to be honest with you, both guys, I feel a bit on a downward spiral, to be honest. Now, people might disagree with that with Curtis Axel. However, I don't feel Curtis Axel's really, to be honest, he's just not clicking for me. I know he's for a lot of people, but this kind of championship shouldn't. It wasn't where he was meant to go, I don't think, and it shouldn't be where he is. It's just not happening for me for Curtis Axel. He's the IC champion, but he's not getting steam from it, and it's just a title now that doesn't really mean a lot, which is a shame because I grew up wanting to be an Intercontinental champion. I grew up that title was important, and I still feel that that championship could be important. It's just not at the moment, and Curtis Axel lost Jericho on Raw. One loss doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. However, Curtis Axel was mixing it up with the likes of John Cena only a few weeks ago, and Triple H. And then suddenly he's thrown into the 3-way because Fandango's got a concussion. He wins the match, and it hasn't been on that level since. And I just don't know whether Curtis Axel's going to gain the traction, or just the elements that he's going to need to be able to make it work in WWE. I'm not sure on him. I know a lot of people are very high on him and think he's fantastic, and he's not that he's a bad wrestler at all. He's fantastic in the ring and what he does. But for me, I just don't. It just hasn't meshed for me. In this match with the Miz, another guy, Miz, super talented guy. Main event WrestleMania 27. I'm huge fan of the Miz. Huge fan of the Miz. Around that time. But the Miz just seemed to have dropped off, and I don't know why. He just seemed to have dropped off the past couple of years. I don't know whether it's WWE or whatever. I'm not sure, but he hasn't been the same Miz. Even heel or face doesn't matter. He just hasn't been that guy. And that's really sad to see, actually, because Miz, I honestly thought Miz I could see as the next big main event star, guy who was going to be there for a while. He's got that main event experience and seasoning, but it just isn't. Again, it's just something else. He's very much like Ozaktor to me. Just something else that isn't clicking at the moment. So one of those matches that's going to be interesting to watch, interesting to see. However, I'm sticking with all the champions here, but it's going to have a very boring pay-per-view. At the moment, the way I'm predicting it, but my prediction is for this: Curtis Axel is going to retain his WWE Intercontinental Championship over the Miz. So that's going to be the third person, or the third match here that I'm going to predict that the title will be retained. So still your WWE Intercontinental Champion, Curtis Axel. Now then, Chris Jericho versus Ryback. Now this is interesting. Surprised when they put this match together. Really was surprised because I never, as a wrestling fan, and this is what I am. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm not a wrestling expert. I'm just a fan expressing my opinion here on a web video. I don't. Jericho Ryback isn't something that I really thought. Well, I really need to see that. I'm a huge Chris Jericho fan. I've seen Chris Jericho at house shows here in England. I went over to New York last year, saw him at WrestleMania, perform at WrestleMania, and I've also seen his band perform live in Cardiff. So I'm a massive Jericho fan, and see him in all aspects of entertainment, because to me he's an all-rounder. He really is fantastic, and really, to me, really fantastic entertainer. Ryback, on the other hand, I think has struggled. I think he's struggled since he's come into WWE, partially because of the way he was booked to begin with. But I don't think, the match with Cena helped, or the match with Cena helped. It just didn't work out for him for whatever reason. But I actually think the path that he's on now is very intriguing. I think it's very positive, actually, because we saw Raw, Vicky Guerrero. Looks like she could be managing Ryback, and I think that's a fantastic move if that happens, because it changes Ryback's character, and it'll get the fans to hate him. Vicky Guerrero has that quality about her that she's able to do it. She did it with Dolph Ziggler. Now, everyone says about Paul Heyman, guys. I mentioned in the last bit there about Curtis Axel. What about being a Vicky Guerrero guy? It's helped Dolph Ziggler, and I think they're going to look at doing the same thing with Ryback, and I think it'll work. I really think it'll work. Ryback being that whiny heel along with Vicky Guerrero, if that's the way they go with it, would be fantastic. And in this match, I don't think a loss is going to hurt Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho's over, because Chris Jericho's Chris Jericho, and he's always going to be now. There's no way that Chris Jericho will never be over with the WWE crowd. So I think Ryback's going to win this match, because Ryback hasn't won on pay-per-view in a long time, and a win against Jericho would help Ryback. With the help of Vicky Guerrero, I think it'd be perfect. I think it's perfect for Ryback. He gets his win. Doesn't matter if it's a cheap win or not. He's a heel, so it doesn't matter. He's a heel. Let Vicky Guerrero come in, help him win the match, get that relationship formed. It's not going to hurt Jericho, but I think it's really help Ryback, and the push forward for Ryback, and his tweaking and his changing of his character. So I'm going to look forward to this one, and this one could actually be very interesting to see how it turns out. Now, this is one of the matches I'm really looking forward to. Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio. I think this is going to be a really entertaining match. I'm a massive Dolph Ziggler fan. I've liked Dolph Ziggler since the beginning, and I was so happy. I went to WrestleMania. I saw Dolph Ziggler live at WrestleMania with Biggie Langston versus Team Hell No. And then next night on Raw, obviously he comes out, cashes in that Money in the Bank contract, and wins, beats Del Rio, and becomes World Heavyweight Champion. I was absolutely ecstatic, as a lot of other people were. This is Dolph Ziggler's opportunity. This is what's going to happen. He's going to get the push forward, and it's all going to happen for him. And so unfortunate to get that concussion at that time, miss a pay-per-view, then come back and lose to Alberto Del Rio, being kicked in the head by Del Rio, to lose that match. I think it was actually one of those matches that I was very, very disappointed at the time when I saw the outcome. But I think it's one of those matches actually that we looked at back on WWE, something quite special. Like with Steve Austin and Bret Hart with the double change and the double turn. Same thing happened in this match. You had Del Rio go back to being a bad guy, and you had Ziggler become somewhat of a good guy. And I think it was really, really cleverly done, and handled very, very well by WWE. And they got the switch right. They got the switch right, I believe, and it's very, very good of them. And I think they went with the flow. They went with the flow of the fans, and did something really, really good for Dolph Ziggler. I fully expect in this match that Dolph Ziggler will win, and he will once again be World Heavyweight Champion. Like I said, I'm a very big Dolph Ziggler fan. I just don't see where the title's going with Del Rio. Del Rio obviously lost Ricardo Rodriguez recently as well for a period of time. And I just think it's time for Dolph Ziggler. I think they're going to go back to hopefully, or having AJ and Dolph Divas and World Heavyweight Champion. I think Dolph will win that championship, take it forward, have some, maybe a couple of matches, rematches with Del Rio, but and then move himself and move it on forward from there. I think really your long-term investment is Dolph Ziggler, and I believe actually that Dolph Ziggler could do similar to a CM Punk, but with the World Heavyweight Championship, and hold that title for a long, long time. Dolph can go, and barring any injuries or any hassles or troubles, Dolph Ziggler's going to be the guy to take that forward. He's entertaining. He's great in the ring, and to me, right now, and this is including CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler is the best in-ring performer in WWE. He's the best in-ring performer and entertainer. I just wish they give him more time on the mic. But for me, Dolph Ziggler will be your new, and for me, my first prediction as well here with a title change, your new World Heavyweight Champion, Dolph Ziggler. Up next is the WWE Championship match, and it pits WWE Champion John Cena versus the challenger, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. This match, I think, is going to be actually quite good. The build is something I've really enjoyed. Mark Henry, and that fake retirement speech, the world's strongest man, John Cena. Don't care what anyone says. I've been a wrestling fan for a long, long time, and I didn't see it coming, and it entertained me, and I liked it, and it was a great way to start a feud. I think it was really, really good. It's the type of thing that fits a Mark Henry character and what he would do, and just thought it was a really, really clever thing to kick it off. I feel it's been a little bit flat maybe in between times, but I think it's been something that's been quite solid. I just feel that actually on the flip side of things, just for John Cena, that John Cena has struggled, I think, since WrestleMania. I think the WrestleMania win against The Rock was huge, and it was needed for John Cena to validate John Cena as the number one guy in WWE, in the modern WWE right now. And I think that win was needed. Would I say at the moment that John Cena has capitalized on that? No. No, I wouldn't. I think, to be honest, this feud with Henry should have been right after WrestleMania. Henry beat Ryback at WrestleMania. Some say Ryback, beat himself. Doesn't matter. To me, it should have been Henry and Cena. Should have been that after WrestleMania, and then Ryback further down the line. And I think that's obviously what we see now with the change of pace with it all. But for me, I don't think they've really capitalised on that for John Cena, giving him that air of invincibility, or that air of prestige that he should have. He beat The Rock, and perception in the wrestling business. That's what it's all about. And John Cena beat The Rock, and he should be kicking on from that. And it should be a huge deal when he drops that championship. However, I don't feel, like I said, that it's been capitalised on as fully as it should have been. With that being said, though, I think we'll get a good match from Cena and Henry. Obviously, both been in the business a long time. Mark Henry been in it a very, very long time. But for me, though, I'm going to say again that word retain. For me, retaining his WWE Championship, I think it'll be John Cena. Despite what I've said about John Cena not capitalising maybe as much as I thought WWE would, following that win at WrestleMania, and I was there for that. I saw that live. Um, John Cena, he's their cash cow. He is their golden boy, and he is the face of WWE. He makes WWE money, and not only that, I mean, John Cena, people criticize his wrestling moves and what he does in the ring. Um, I think what he does is satisfactory, but that's my opinion. I'm more of a Dolph Ziggler person. I think Dolph Ziggler's the best wrestler in the world right now, including CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. A lot of people think that's controversial. But for me, John Cena, he does a lot of stuff with the Make-A-Wish kids, and he's the face of WWE. He's the man that makes them money. Without John Cena, as much as people don't like it, without John Cena, WWE would make a lot less money and would be a lot less profitable. So I can see why John Cena's in the position he's in and why he's there. For me, it's for commercial reasons. So retaining that WWE Championship with Money in the Bank will be John Cena. Okay, our next matchup here is the WWE Money in the Bank ladder match, and it's for the World Heavyweight Championship contract. Got a lot of competitors in here, and a good breadth of competitors in here as well. You've got Wade Barrett, Rhodes Scholars, Dean Ambrose, Fandango, and Colts Militia, comprising of Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger. This one's a very difficult one to call. I really like this. I like the fact there's no obvious winner here. Jack Swagger's obviously been a former World Heavyweight Champion, but there's not one guy I don't think you can pick out of here that, that could win. I think this really is a coin toss between all of them as to who could win here. I have my favourites and my pick that I think is going to win this, and for me, winning this will be, wait for it, Cody Rhodes. I believe it'll be Cody Rhodes that wins this Money in the Bank ladder match, because I think Cody Rhodes actually he's the next development. He's seasoned now. He's been in WWE a while. He's been through Legacy. He's had his disfigurement. He's had the Intercontinental Championship. He's been in a tag team with Damon Sandow recently. But for me, the winner of the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship will be Cody Rhodes. I really honestly believe that Cody will win that, and that'll give him a year to be able to cash in. And I really think that they can help build Cody Rhodes into that main event player that he should be, and build him into the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So John's prediction for Money in the Bank ladder match for SmackDown and the World Heavyweight Championship is that your winner, Cody Rhodes. And so to our final match on WWE Money in the Bank 2013. It is the WWE All Stars ladder match for the WWE title Money in the Bank contract. Lots of participants in this match, like the previous one, but this one All Stars, all former champions. So this is going to be really interesting. In the match now at this time, excluding Kane, as WWE have said that he has been taken out of the match due to the Wyatt family. And just on a side note, can I just say, I was undecided about the Wyatt family. I thought they had too much to live up to, but that segment, amazing. Loved it and want to see more. Sorry, following on, participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Christian, Sheamus, and a returning Rob Van Dam, which is really awesome to see. It's great to see Rob Van Dam back in the WWE after a short stint with TNA. Things maybe didn't work out as well as they should have done. It'd be fantastic to see Rob Van Dam back in the WWE, and I think WWE have built him well with the little promo packages going through. I think it's going to be really nice to see Rob back in the WWE, and I don't think he'll win the match, but I think he's going to provide a lot of these spots in that match, and really help elevate that match as well. For me, this is a brilliant match. I don't see too much happening with Pete Everett saying CM Punk's going to wait for a third time. No, I think Brock Lesnar's going to come down and cost CM Punk that Money in the Bank opportunity. I think something between Heyman or Lesnar, something along those lines. So I don't see CM Punk winning this match either. For me, this match is really between Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, and Randy Orton, because those are the three guys that I think need a little bit of re-establishing. I think Sheamus hasn't had the World Heavyweight Championship for a long time, or WWE Championship, I should say, since he had beat John Cena, I believe. And following that, Daniel Bryan, I think he's been on fire recently. He's been on fire for a long time. One of the best wrestlers in the world. And Randy Orton, who in my view, has just been so underutilized in the past 3 years. It's ridiculous. You know, he had a great series of matches with Christian, and then following that, nothing. Um, and for me, this prediction for the All Stars match, I'm going to go for the popular choice, or the choice a lot of people don't think is going to happen. Winner for me in this match is Randy Orton, and because I think Randy Orton needs this. I think this is something that Randy Orton needs, and I think this could potentially be the thing that helps Randy Orton return back to that main event level. I think it suits his character, and I think it suits, you know, the Viper, you know, the vicious guy always looking for the opportunity. I think it would really fit Randy Orton well. Although most people say or think it's going to be CM Punk or Daniel Bryan, I really got a stinking feeling that actually I think Randy Orton could be the perfect choice for this. I think it would help build Orton again towards a championship. He came out with a promo and said, "I'm not hungry, I'm starving," and that to me was, I felt, was actually quite honest. It felt like he was starving. It's been a long time since he's held a major WWE championship, and again. I think it's around that time that really you should help build Orton again. He's been there for a long time, and he can be another face of the company, another facet to the company, another huge element to WWE. So for me, your 2013 WWE Money in the Bank winner will be Randy Orton to win that contract, win that title, and then have an opportunity to cash it in. Thanks ever so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed WWE Money in the Bank 2013. We might get some surprises, you never know. We don't know who's going to be replacing Kane in that match. I think, to be honest, it will be Bray Wyatt. But we don't know. We really don't know. WWE could have another random surprise in store for us, and that's why sometimes it's great watching WWE on pay-per-view. They bring out the surprises, and they come out of nowhere. So make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you press that pay-per-view buy button, and make sure you're watching, because this, for me, along with Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, is one of the must-see pay-per-views of the year. So everybody enjoy it. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much.